Are you tired of feeling stuck, working hard, but not getting closer to your goals? It's time to stop wasting energy and start making real progress. Today's world, we're all caught up in the rush of activity. But here's the truth. Motion doesn't equal progress. Let's talk about how to break free from the chaos and start moving forward. For real, have you ever reached the end of a long, tiring day and still felt as though you accomplished nothing truly important? You were undoubtedly busy attending meetings, answering emails, making phone calls, and constantly rushing from one task to another. Yet when you finally paused and asked yourself, what did I actually achieve today? There was only silence. No significant progress. No meaningful outcomes. Only noise. The distinction between busy and productive, it's crucial to listen carefully here. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Activity alone does not equate to achievement. Constant movement does not necessarily mean you are making real progress. Here's where the real danger lies. If you continue to mistake busyness for productivity, you risk wasting months or even years of your life simply spinning in circles. Hard work is essential. But hard work without clear direction is like rowing a boat at full speed in the wrong direction. No matter how fast you row, it won't bring you any closer to your true destination. Shifting how you measure your day-to-day. Let's challenge this way of thinking. It's time to change how you measure your daily success, not by how much you moved, or how many tasks you checked off, but by how far you actually advanced toward your goals. When you understand the true difference between mere motion and real progress, between simple activity and actual accomplishment, everything changes. You'll find yourself working less, but achieving more. You'll experience true satisfaction, not just exhaustion. Most importantly, you will begin to build the life you genuinely desire. Breaking free from the illusion of busyness. The illusion of busyness is easy to fall into. It's tempting to believe that a packed calendar means a meaningful life. You wake up early, rush out the door, and spend your day bouncing from one obligation to the next. By the time night falls, you are drained yet still wondering what you truly achieved. Real productivity is not about how much you do. It's about the impact of what you do. Staying endlessly busy can feel rewarding in the moment, but without purpose, it leads to long-term dissatisfaction. Choose purpose over motion. It's time to stop valuing movement for its own sake and start prioritizing meaningful progress. Every day, ask yourself not, how much did I do? But rather, what did I move closer to today? The life you want isn't built through endless motion. It's built through intentional, focused action. Stay committed. Stay focused. Let's shift from simply being busy to being truly productive, starting today. The hidden cost of being busy, but here's an important question. Exhausted from what exactly? Was it from meaningful progress toward your goals, or simply from staying constantly busy? Activity can be incredibly deceiving. It feels like accomplishment. It appears to be hard work. Sometimes it even draws applause. Yet, unless that activity is directly tied to clear goals and real outcomes, it is simply motion without meaning. Imagine being on a rocking horse, plenty of movement, but you never actually move forward. It's all energy spent without any real advancement. Keep this in mind. The aim is not just to stay busy. The true goal is to move forward in life. Understanding the difference between motion and progress, there's an old and valuable saying. Don't confuse motion with progress. It remains one of the most common mistakes people make. They fill their days with endless tasks, yet their lives remain empty of real achievements. They measure their hustle, but not their actual building. Then, at the end of a year, or even several years, they wonder why they are still standing exactly where they started. Why does this happen? Because busyness feeds the ego, creates the illusion of importance. Saying I'm so busy often feels like wearing a badge of honor. But the truth is, stark busyness without true productivity is a silent thief. It quietly steals your time, drains your energy, and, worst of all, robs you of your future. The trap of small urgent tasks lets go even deeper. Avoid falling into the endless cycle of small, seemingly urgent tasks, answering countless emails, attending every meeting, chasing after minor issues. These activities often appear critical in the moment, but rarely do they move you meaningfully closer to your dreams. The key skill you must develop is learning to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important. Busy individuals are constantly reacting to life, running from one demand to another. In contrast, productive individuals design their life carefully, shaping it around their goals and values, choosing growth over mere survival. You are not intentional. You could easily spend your entire life busy yet financially strained, busy yet deeply unhappy, busy yet stuck at the same level year after year. And that is not the life you were meant for. You were designed for growth. You were built for meaningful progress. You were intended to achieve, not just to survive. Your potential is far too great to be wasted on meaningless motion. Redefine your efforts. So, take a moment today to reflect. Are you just moving, or are you truly moving forward? Choose to fill your life with purpose, rather than simply filling your schedule. Shift your focus from being endlessly busy to being intentionally productive. In doing so, you will not only work smarter, you will finally build the future you are meant to live. Action step. Audit. Your daily progress. Here's your first action step. Conduct a personal audit of your activity at the end of today. Don't simply ask yourself, was I busy? Go deeper and ask, did I make real progress today? What was built? What moved forward? What seeds were planted today that can grow into tomorrow's success? Remember, you are not rewarded for how busy. You are rewarded for the value you create. Success is not given for how much you run around. It comes from what you produce, what you build, and what you leave behind for others. This year, let's aim higher. Let's not just stay busy, let's stay genuinely productive. Let's ensure that our actions have meaning. Let's trade the illusion of endless busyness for the real satisfaction that comes from true accomplishment. This is the start of an entirely new life. The true meaning of productivity. Let's clear up a common misconception. Productivity is not simply about getting more things done. It is not about filling every minute of the day with endless work. Real productivity is about doing the right things for the right reasons. True productivity is driven by purpose. It is neither random nor scattered. It is intentional, targeted, and tied directly to goals that truly matter. Busy individuals often ask, what else can I squeeze into today? Productive individuals ask, what must I accomplish today to move my life forward? There's a significant difference between the two mindsets. Purpose is the engine that drives real progress. Without it, you are simply spinning your wheels, exhausting your energy without advancing your future. Without purpose, you risk checking off countless tasks that ultimately lead nowhere. The danger of activity. Without purpose, considered this. Activity without a clear purpose is the slow death of your potential. You could spend your entire life chopping wood, but if you never build a house, what was it all for? This is why it's critical to stop glorifying hard work for its own sake. Yes, hard work is important, but hard work pointed in the wrong direction leads only to disappointment. Without purpose, effort becomes heartbreak, not success. Build with intention. So today, make a conscious choice. Don't just work hard, work smart, work with purpose. Focus on building something meaningful with your time and energy. Trade busy work for legacy building action. Small shift in mindset can change not just your year, but your entire future. Productivity must align with purpose. Imagine planting a field full of weeds and then spending every day diligently watering them. Imagine sweating and straining to climb a ladder, only to discover it was leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. Productivity, if not tied to your dreams, your goals, and your personal mission, comes nothing more than wasted energy that could have been used to build something meaningful. Let's challenge your approach today. Before diving into your day before responding to emails or stepping into meetings, pause and ask yourself, what am I truly working toward? What am I trying to create? What kind of life am I shaping with today's actions? If you cannot clearly answer these questions, stop. Get clear first. Clarity is powerful. Clarity transforms busy hands into building hands. Without purpose, even your most productive moments can turn into another form of procrastination. You might feel accomplished because you are moving, but in truth, you are only delaying the hard questions about your direction. A life without clear purpose fills up with tasks, but lacks fulfillment. It becomes crowded with activity, yet remains empty of meaning. It may sound productive, but it builds no treasure, leaves no lasting impact. Anchor your daily actions to a bigger vision. Tie every task, every call, every effort to something that truly matters to you. Once you connect your daily efforts to a broader mission, you will no longer need to be constantly motivated. You will be pulled forward by purpose itself. This is where real power lies, not in doing more. Truly matters. Remember, the goal is not just to fill your calendar, it is to fill your life with meaning. That is productivity with purpose. That is a life worth building. The law of focused effort behind every real success story, there operates a powerful principle, not the law of busyness, not the law of working endlessly, but the law of focused effort. Focused effort multiplies results. Unfocused effort scatters them. Energy without direction is wasted, just like a river without banks floods. Aimlessly, without generating any power. But channel that river, focus its flow, and it can turn turbines, light cities, drive massive change. The same principle applies to your life. It's not about how much you do, it's about how focused you are on doing the right things. You've heard the saying, it's jack of all trades, master of none. It describes the person who dabbles in a little of everything. It's only to find at the end of life a trail of unfinished projects and a pocket full of regrets. Don't be that person. Choose focus. Decide what matters most and pour your energy into it with intention, as if your future depends on it, because it truly does. The law of focused effort teaches this. Small, consistent actions on a few important goals outperform massive scattered efforts on 100 minor ones. You don't need to do everything. You only need to do the right things. You don't need to master the entire world. You only need to master your personal assignment. Why focus feels risky? Many people avoid focus because it feels risky. Focus demands that you say no a lot. It requires choosing one path and letting go of others, which can feel uncomfortable. Yet, that is exactly what gives focus its power. Every meaningful yes must be defended by 1,000 no's. Every true dream demands that you turn your back on countless distractions. When you decide to focus, truly focus, you unlock a power most people never experience. You find a new level of strength. You build momentum. You become a force to be reckoned with. When your mind is clear, your actions become powerful. When your goals are few and well-chosen, your progress accelerates. When your heart is steady, your results multiply. Productivity with a purpose, here's your first action step for today. At the end of your day, don't just ask, was I busy? Ask, did I make progress? What got built today? What moved forward? Today, what seeds were planted that could grow into tomorrow's success? Because, my friend, you don't get paid for how busy you get paid for how valuable you become. You don't earn rewards for how much you run around. You earn rewards for what you produce, what you build, and what you leave behind. Let's make a decision this year, not just to stay busy, but to stay productive. Let's make sure our movement has meaning. Let's trade the illusion of busyness for the deep satisfaction of real achievement, because this is the beginning of a brand new life. Productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Understand this clearly. Productivity isn't about cramming every minute with work. It's about doing the right things for the right reasons. True productivity has a purpose behind it. It's not random. It's not scattered. It's intentional. It's targeted. It's tied to something that truly matters. Busy people ask, what else can I do today? Productive people ask, what must I do today to move my life forward? Difference. Purpose is the engine. Without it, you're just spinning your wheels, checking off boxes that lead nowhere. Let me put it to you straight. Activity without purpose is the slow death of your potential. You can spend a lifetime chopping wood, but if you never build the house, what was it all for? That's why we must stop glorifying hard work for its own sake. Hard work matters, but hard work pointed in the wrong direction. That's just heartbreaking, Ty. Your actions to your dreams: imagine planting a field full of weeds and then working hard every single day to water them. Imagine climbing a ladder, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's what happens when productivity isn't tied to your dreams, your goals, your mission. Before you start your day, before you answer that first email, before you jump into the next meeting, ask yourself, what am I working toward? What am I trying to create? What kind of life am I building through these actions? If you can't answer those questions clearly, stop. Get clear first, because clarity is power. Clarity turns busy hands into building hands. Without purpose, even your productivity becomes another form of procrastination. A life without purpose gets crowded with tasks but empty of meaning. It becomes noisy but never fulfills. You need to anchor every task, every meeting, every ounce of effort to a vision that matters. And once you do, you won't need constant motivation. You'll be pulled forward by a force stronger than willpower. Purpose. Real success is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. The law of focused effort. Here's a law you must live by. The law of focused effort. Focused effort multiplies results. Unfocused effort scatters them. Energy without direction is wasted energy. Like a river. Without banks, it floods everywhere, but changes nothing. But focus that river, channel its energy, and it can power cities. It's not about how much you do. It's about how focused you are on what truly matters. You've heard the saying, Jack of all trades, master of none. It's the story of the person who dabbles in everything and masters nothing. Don't be that person. Choose focus. Choose to pour your best energy into a few things that matter most, because small, consistent efforts on a few important things will outperform massive, scattered efforts across 100 distractions. You don't have to do everything. You just have to do the right things. You don't have to master the world. You just have to master your assignment. Focus feels risky, and that's why it's powerful. Focus feels risky. It means saying no to a lot of good things to say yes to a few great things. It means closing doors to create your own path forward, but every yes worth having demands 1,000 no's. When you decide to focus, truly focus, you'll unlock a new level of power. Your mind will become sharper. Your hands will become stronger. Your results will multiply. When your goals are few, your progress becomes fast. When your heart is steady, your impact becomes unstoppable. A simple test. The power of 3 let. Let me give you a simple challenge today. Write down the 3 most important things you must accomplish this month. Not 30, not 13. Just 3 then. Ask yourself, am I giving my best energy to these 3 things? Or am I getting distracted by 100 little tasks that don't actually move the needle? Because, my friend, you can either be busy being busier, you can be busy becoming something great. But you cannot do both. Today, choose focus. Choose discipline. Choose a few great goals over a mountain of meaningless tasks. This is the law of focused effort in action. And if you live by it, it will change everything. You will do less, but you will become more. Will say no more often, but your life will say yes to greater things. Measure results, not time spent. Here's another truth. It's not the hours you put in that matter. It's what you put into those hours that counts. Everyone gets 24 hours, the rich, poor, the young, the old. Time itself is neutral. What you do with it makes all the difference. You don't get paid for trying hard. You get paid for getting results. Stop falling in love with being busy. Stop wearing exhaustion like a badge of honor. Don't measure your day by how tired you are. Measure it by what you finished. Ask yourself, what did I build today? What did I complete? What steps did I take that moved me forward? Because tired doesn't equal productive. Sweat doesn't equal success. Movement doesn't equal meaning. Only results. Tell the truth. It's not the clock that counts, it's the scoreboard. Success belongs to those who measure progress. It's not effort. Motion versus progress. Know the difference. One of life's great tragedies is spending years in motion, but making no real progress. Motion feels busy. Motion looks impressive. But motion is not progress. Motion is planning the workout. Progress is doing the workout. Motion is attending meetings about your dreams. Progress is taking action to build those dreams. Motion is talking about change. Progress is making the hard decisions that create change. Motion feels safe. It protects you from failure, but motion without action is a slow death of potential. Motion doesn't pay. Motion doesn't build. Motion doesn't move you. Only progress does. If you want to change your future, you must stop preparing endlessly and start executing relentlessly. Your time is your canvas. Your results are your masterpiece. Don't just fill your days, fulfill your purpose. Don't just move forward. You don't win by being busy. You win by building something that lasts. So today, focus, act, build, become. Because your greatest life isn't waiting at the end of 100 busy days. It's waiting at the end of a handful of focused, meaningful ones. And that journey begins now. Mastering focus and clarity to achieve greatness. You must embrace the power of focus. Focus is the silent force that allows you to do your best work, to solve problems with precision, and to unlock your potential. It's the difference between success and failure, between chasing distractions and achieving your dreams. Most people struggle with focus because they've allowed their attention to be divided into 1,000 small, insignificant tasks. The truth is, the more things you try to focus on, the less effective you become. In a world that's always demanding your attention, you must fight to keep your mind clear and your priorities intact. If you don't, you'll be pulled in every direction, never really achieving anything of significance. Here's how you can change that. Simplify your goals. Focus on fewer things, but make sure they're the right things. Ask yourself, what really matters? What will move you closer to your vision of success? Eliminate distractions. Every time you feel your focus slipping, take a moment to refocus. Turn off the phone, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and give yourself the mental space to do the work that matters. Work in blocks of time. Set clear, focused intervals for work, followed by breaks. These breaks allow you to recharge, and the focused work periods will help you make significant progress. When you master focus, you master your life. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by endless tasks, you'll feel empowered by your ability to achieve what matters most. The power of small wins. Don't wait for the big moments to celebrate. The road to success is built by small wins. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your goal. People often overlook these little victories because they think only big accomplishments matter. But here's the truth. Small wins compound. They build momentum and confidence. They shift your mindset from I can't to I can. So, celebrate the little wins. Whether it's finishing a tough task, meeting a deadline, or taking time for self-care, each one is a step in the right direction. These small wins will add up to something much bigger than you can imagine. Taking responsibility for your future is in your hands. Every decision you make, every action you take, shapes what's coming next. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming external factors for where you are, but the real truth is that your life is the result of your choices. You can choose to take control, to push through obstacles, and to stay on track. Or you can let life happen to you and remain stuck where you are. Success begins with taking full responsibility. When you stop blaming circumstances, people, or even luck, you begin to tap into your full power. You realize that you are the creator of your destiny. It's not about waiting for the right moment or hoping for things to change. It's about creating the change you want today. The power of consistency. Consistency is the secret weapon of success. It's the key to turning your efforts into results. It's not about doing something great once in a while. It's about doing it every day. Consistent action, no matter how small, will outpace bursts of energy, followed by long breaks. The more consistent you are, the more progress you make. Think about it. If you were to work on your goal for just 20 minutes each day, at the end of a year, that would add up to over 120 hours of focused work. Imagine the progress you would make. Consistency doesn't require perfection. It only requires persistence. If you fall off track, don't get discouraged. Get back on track. Every day is a new opportunity to make progress. Remember, small steps every day lead to massive results over time. You are capable of achieving more than you realize. You have the power to control your time, your focus, and your decisions. You just have to stop letting distractions get in your way. Stop measuring your success by how busy you are. Start measuring it by the results you create. Commit to living with focus. Prioritize what matters. Eliminate distractions. Celebrate the small wins. Take full responsibility for your future. When you do these things, you'll begin to see a shift. You'll start to feel the momentum building. And before you know it, you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of, a life of purpose, success, and fulfillment. So today, take action. Focus on what matters most, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Build systems that save you time. Success is not built by working harder every day. It's built by working smarter. It's one of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to create systems that make your life easier. Systems are the shortcuts to your dreams. They are the routines, habits, and structures that allow you to save time, energy, and focus, so you can do more of what truly matters. If you want to reach your goals faster and more efficiently, you need to stop reinventing the wheel every day. Instead, start building systems that automate and streamline your processes. Start by identifying the repetitive tasks in your life. Whether it's checking emails, organizing your calendar, or even cooking meals, there are ways to make them more efficient. Automate what you can, delegate what you can, and create routines that minimize decision fatigue. Imagine you're a high-performing athlete. They don't get better by doing random, unstructured exercises every day. They follow a system, a training routine that consistently pushes them toward peak performance. You need the same approach for your goals. By establishing systems for everything from your daily schedule to your long-term projects, you'll reduce mental clutter and free up time to focus on what truly drives you forward. The key is consistency. Systems allow you to keep moving forward without constantly needing to figure things out every day. When you have a system in place, the actions become automatic, and you can pour your energy into execution instead of decision-making. Create time for deep work. One of the most valuable resources you have is time. Time is the one thing that once lost, you can never get back. That's why it's crucial to create time for deep, focused work. In today's world, where distractions are everywhere, it's easy to get pulled away from your most important tasks. But if you want to achieve your biggest goals, you must learn how to protect your time and carve out blocks for uninterrupted work. Deep work is what allows you to do your best, most impactful work. It's when you're fully immersed in a task, free from distractions, and focused entirely on the outcome. Whether it's writing, designing, solving problems, or strategizing, deep work is where the magic happens. To create time for deep work, set boundaries. Communicate with those around you that you need undisturbed time to work on your most important projects. Schedule it into your day as a non-negotiable. Turn off notifications, silence your phone, and create an environment that fosters focus. When you protect your time for deep work, you will notice your results accelerate. You'll make progress faster, and your work will be of higher quality. The world is full of noise, but deep work is where you'll find the clarity and creativity to rise above it. Master the art of saying no if you want to succeed. You must master the art of saying no. Saying no is not about being rude or dismissive. It's about protecting your time and energy for what matters most. You can't say yes to every opportunity, every meeting, or every request. You have limited resources, and if you spread yourself too thin, you'll never be able to focus on what truly matters. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's about prioritizing your goals, your health, and your well-being over the demands of others. Not everything deserves your attention. Some things, no matter how good they may seem, are simply distractions from your true purpose. When you say no, you are saying yes to your future. You are creating space for the things that will move you forward. You are protecting your most valuable resource, your time. Build a network of support. No one achieves success alone. If you want to go far, you need to surround yourself with the right people. Your network is one of the most important assets you can build. A network of like-minded individuals who support your vision, challenge you to grow, and provide valuable advice and feedback will help you reach new heights. Find mentors, peers, and collaborators who inspire you. Be intentional about the people you allow into your life and make sure they add value, positivity, and direction to your journey. But remember, your network isn't just about what you can get from others. It's also about what you can give. Be generous with your time, knowledge, and support. The more you give, the more you'll receive in return. Success isn't a one-time event. It's a process that involves focus, discipline, consistency, and smart decisions. It's about eliminating distractions, creating systems, prioritizing your time, surrounding yourself with the right people. Remember, it's not about working harder, but about working smarter. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. Focus on what's truly important. Eliminate what's unnecessary. Build systems that make your life easier. Your future is waiting for you. And every step you take today is one step closer to the life you want to live. So take control of your time, your focus, and your decisions. Keep moving forward, and remember, success is built one decision, one action, and one step at a time.